Vanakkam. Welcome to this edition of Indulge-Express Auto. And today we have for you a car that has been insanely popular in India. In fact, it is one of the largest selling compact sedans in the country. And it has possibly been a benchmark what other manufacturers have aspired for. The Swift Desire. Now, the Desire is it has become sort of a brand name on its own. People are calling this car simply the Desire because yes, it does desire some things with you. But uh, what has Maruti done for a car that has sold 27 lakh? Yes, I'm not joking. 27 lakh vehicles in 16 years. That's a hell of a number. But come on, let's take a look at some of the changes featured in this car so that we know exactly what we are talking about and what all changes are there in the new car. So this is the front part of the car. Now, as you know, it looks entirely different from the older Desire. These headlights have become much more sleek. You have daytime running lights here, your indicators. Even your fog lamps have gone totally LED. The front grille also looks quite smart. You know, I'm somewhat reminded of VW Audi cars in this because it gives a very, very upmarket feel. This whole patterning, this whole positioning, the lower air dam gives a very premium look to the car. Of course, you have a new design for the alloys over here. Moving on to the sides, this profile more or less remains the same, but you do have a camera here because the top models have that 360-degree camera, a sensor request button to lock unlock the doors. And yes, overall, this is very similar, but I like the proportioning here. And when you come to the rear part of the car, at the rear also, I think Maruti has done a tremendous job of redesigning. Again, I would like to remind you this is the top model, but I like this thing. It's a very clean back, no unnecessary stunts, no over designing, no dashes of chrome running all over. I think it looks quite nice. I love these new tail lights, that smoked light effect with the arrow. Looks pretty decent. And this chrome connector, which many manufacturers have turned into LED light, but I think this overall looks much better. Little spoiler kind of a thing here. And of course, one thing we must address is the boot space in this car. So I'll just open the boot for you. You can press a button here for the release. I wouldn't say it's the best in the segment, but I would definitely say that it has a lot of space. Yes, the loading lip is a little high, but you can lift things over and put it in. And overall, you know, I would say that it's got sufficient space for a car of this type for a average Indian family. There's enough you can do here. Sitting in the interiors of the new Desire, one thing apparently comes to mind. That is that now that the car has been improved in a lot of ways, the interiors have also taken up quite an improvement. You see this beige color upholstery. It's a dust magnet for sure. It will be tough to keep it clean, but hey, makes the car look good. You have dual color surfaces. You have beige here, you have blackish here, and there is, of course, this for wood kind of a trim. I don't know if it's wood, it's silver. I mean, something. I don't know. But yes, two, three nice things have happened. I love this 9-inch screen. It's got the infotainment system, and you can have wireless Apple CarPlay on it. Like I've not connected my phone, but the CarPlay is still running. Similarly for Android Auto, you have a wireless charger here and automatic climate control. Of course, all these things are part of the top model of the car. The lower variants may or may not have certain features. I love the analog dials. I'm not a big fan of digital clusters, but I think the analog dials look really good. This car, of course, is equipped with automated manual transmission. So you see this here. Then, of course, your flat bottom steering wheel. with your telephone controls as well as audio controls, and there is a cruise control. Basic features, all that you need are right here. And yes, not to forget, now you have a, you're right, sunroof. Let the Air Force come in and enjoy. This was the front seat. Uh, Now let's sit at the back and see if it is as comfortable as we are at the front. So now we are sitting at the back. The back is again fairly comfortable. You have enough leg space, have some head space here. Uh, Supposed to be three people at the back, and of course you have ELR seatbelt for the third person. But actually, can you put three people if you're as generously proportioned as I am? I don't think that is possible. But the seats, well, I would have liked a little bit under thigh support more here. Although my favorite feature, the armrest, is right here. You also have a child seat connector with ISOFIX clampings here. All that is good. And this, of course, is the rear AC vent, which has been carried over from the previous model. It was there. What you get are two charging ports. There's a USB A and a fast charging USB C. So, yeah, it's pretty utilitarian as well. Overall, again, it's a car that looks well, has is comfortable, and I would say ticks most boxes. Now, what we do is we take a look at the engine and then subsequently go for a drive. Here we see the petrol version. There is also a bi-fuel available, petrol and CNG if you want to save some money or if you are running in the commercial segment. So this 1197 cc engine produces around 81 horses in pure petrol form. And if you run it on CNG, well, there is a little bit of drop in power and it does maybe around 69 horses. So I think it's a good engine. But my saying so doesn't merely prove a point. What we should do is we should drive the car and see what it does. Of course, you can have this the petrol variant in both an AMT, which is an automated manual transmission, or you can have it in a 5-speed manual. So that is as far as the car is concerned. Let's take it for a drive and see what it does. Now, driving the new Desire, uh, I personally don't see a huge change in the feeling of the drive. It is still very comfortable. The suspension is fairly good, and I think the transmission behaves the way it should. I must say I'm not a big fan of AMT transmissions, but it's been doing pretty well. People like it because it gives them cheaper alternative, and yes, the fuel efficiency doesn't fall so much. Overall, again, the Desire is a kind of a car which pleases everybody and upsets nobody. That's why it's been such a hit. So I think the driving experience overall is very positive. And yes, in fact, the new sunroof that you see up here is something that is good because people these days like sunroofs. Not saying I do, but then that's a personal issue. I don't think you need it in India. But yeah, overall, the feeling is good. I like the new interiors and this massive touchscreen, which we spoke about earlier as well. But I think, yes, overall, this vehicle has been very good. And if you're looking for a nice compact family sedan, I think the Desire is the way to go. So, what did you think of the Desire? Does it invoke a desire in you? I hope you enjoyed being with us because we've told you some of the salient features of this car. We have spoken about the interiors. We've talked to you about the exteriors. We've even taken a drive. So, what do we think about the car? I think that Maruti has done a tremendous job on this vehicle ever since it first came out in 2008 or so, and it's a fabulous work done. Of course, when I shot this video, the pricing was not revealed. The pricing has come later, so you will find it over here. Watch the ticker, and you will know what the pricing is. And I think that it's priced quite sensibly because this is a car which has been a cash cow for Maruti, and I think they want this to continue. Overall, I think the improvements are very good. Things like a sunroof and all have taken this car really, really up market. I would give this car a 9 out of 10. And yes, I think this car will be as much a success as its previous generations were. So, again, once again, thank you for joining us and watching this review. We shall be back soon with another car. Meanwhile, please subscribe to our social channels, and I hope to see you soon. Till then, buckle up, drive safe.